Howdy folks, Charlie here from Multicasking. Thanks for tuning in to today's slushy recipe. First things first, I broke my tank and a buddy broke my handle. I figured out a miraculous way to fix both of those problems, so look for that coming up in a future episode. I love slushies, if nothing else, and one of the questions I get a lot, because I always ask you, hey, if you have a suggestion, if you want me to try a recipe, let me know. One question I get the most from parents and really from everybody is, hey, can you make a slushy just with pop? The answer is yes. In fact, for St. Patrick's Day, I made a spectacular leprechaun fizz. And the fizz is just a citrus drink with pop. And I made that. Check out that video to see that recipe. So today, the most asked for recipe I've had so far, Jack and Coke. First, I'm going to show you that you can make a slushy just with pop. We're going to use 2 liters of Coca-Cola. I prefer Coca-Cola over Pepsi. That's just me. I think Pepsi ruins whiskey, especially in the slushy realm. But just flavor to taste. You can use any pop you want as long as, that's right, say it with me, it can't be diet because slushies have to have sugar in order to slush. So without further ado, I'm going to put 2 liters inside the slushy machine. That's going to make just a little over 2 gallons. Then I'm going to use about about 750 milliliters of this 1.75 bottle of Jack Daniels in here. And we're going to make ourselves a fantastic slushy today of Jack and Coke. A pro tip for you is as you pour whatever liquid you're pouring in here, it's going to splash a little bit. So if you're wearing something white or something you don't want to get splashed on, wear an apron. These are at room temperature. If you want a faster slush, make sure these come straight out of the refrigerator and that they are ice cold. That will allow your slushy to slush more quickly. All right, turn the machine on. It'll run through its checks. Now, one question I get a lot is what temperature settings do I use? And they start out every single slushy at -7.1 on the slush. So first, I'm gonna slush up the pop just so you can see that can be done with pop only, nothing else, and then I'll come back and I'll add the Jack. All right, total time it took was 1 hour and 22 minutes. Because there's not a ton of sugar in here, it did take a little bit while to freeze. But again, this is just, it's not coming out very well. If this ever happens to you, all you need is a straw. Boom, put it in there. Boom, and it'll be free flowing just like that. Cheers. Well, that's Coca-Cola. So if you just want to make a slushy for your kids without any alcohol in it and you want something simple, boom, here you go. Also, if you don't have pop and you don't want to use pop, Margarita Man also makes a Coca-Cola flavored slushy mix. Links to that are down in the video's description below, and that's convenient because it's delivered right to your house. All right, now the time to add the Jack Daniels. This is a 1.75 liter of Jack Daniels. I'm not going to use all of it because we only have 2 gallons of pop in here. So I'm going to use about half of this and make ourselves some delicious treats. All right, we'll let that mix and slush up a little bit more. All right, you can see the color change just a little bit after we added the Jack Daniels, but let's see how it tastes. All right, cheers. It's a Jack and Coke. The Jack there, so if you've never actually made a slushy out of pop, the flavor kind of tones itself down, and a lot of times it's underwhelming. This is not as sweet as you would expect it to be, and definitely not as flavorful. If you're looking for a Jack and Coke, you can absolutely make it. I would suggest maybe adding a bit of a spice rum or something with a little bit more flavor to it, because a Jack and Coke is just going to be a Jack and Coke, and this is, folks, just made with 2 ingredients, Coca-Cola and now Jack Daniels. But you don't need to add the Jack if you want a tasty treat just for your children. You can see here, Oh, turn that slushy off real quick. All right, for temperature wise, I had it set to -7.1. Cool thing about Vevor is it stops when it needs to stop. It can tell its consistency is where it needs to be. So it stopped at -4.8. So if you have a Vevor slushy machine, you can follow along with my time and temperatures. Took about an hour and 20 minutes to freeze. After I put the Jack Daniels in, only took about 6 minutes to get back to slushy. For total cost, I spent $10 on the 4 2-liters, so $2.50 each. And the Jack Daniels is normally about $17 for a 750 milliliter bottle. So in all, I'm in this for about less than $30. You can also go to margaritaman.com and you can buy their cola flavored slush and syrup, and that's going to give you a half gallon of gourmet slushy. It's made with pure cane sugar. Pretty cool. Links are down in the video description below. And if you're thinking about getting yourself a slushy machine, absolutely get one. Videos, the links are down in the videos description below to get mine. I also got a couple of repair videos that are to come up. I get asked all the time of where to get replacement parts. I've come up with an ingenious thing. Subscribe to the channel, do all those things you're supposed to do to help a YouTube channel grow. And we're gonna be cranking out some summertime slushy recipes. If there's a recipe you wanna see, leave it down in the video's description below and I'll absolutely get that made for you. And maybe, probably even get a video of that out for you. That's about it for me today, guys. I'm Charlie, and I hope you're just as thirsty as I am. Cheers. This guy loves slushies.